What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Alright, so we're about that time. It is Wrestlemania time. We are in the final week, Wrestlemania week. And since we record our podcast on the weekends, and it's a Wrestlemania weekend starting on Friday with Smackdown, the Hall of Fame, and Wrestlemania, NXT Stand and Deliver, and Wrestlemania all on that Saturday. We ain't gonna have no time to do all this, so we got to do our predictions now. Okay, so we're gonna they released all the night 1 and night 2 matches, and one possible match that could still be added on there. And of course, we have NXT Stand and Deliver 2025, which is still, the card is not going to be complete until Tuesday. But once again, I'm not going to have time to do the prediction, so I'm going to talk about what I think is going to be in that spot and everything. And also, they released the inductors for the Hall of Fame ceremony, and yeah, we got some unfortunate news with that. So we got to get up into this, man. So we're going to start with, as a WrestleMania, they got night 1 and night 2. So now, if anybody has seen SmackDown, I'll just get this out of the way now. Randy Orton still doesn't have a match. Randy Orton said that this was going to be his 20th WrestleMania. I'm like, damn, Randy Orton been in the league that long? And I'm sitting there thinking back to it like, yeah, Randy Orton been there, since 2002? 2001?
He also missed like 2 years, right? After Matt Riddle, he missed like what, a year and a half or 2 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, like he really came on TV. He was there in 2001, but he came on TV at 2002. So 20 WrestleMania, that's insane. So Kevin Owens is injured, so he does not have a match. And they teased something on SmackDown because he even abruptly said,
can I ask you a question real quick, right?
Yeah.
So I know Kevin Owens is injured and stuff, but they to write him off TV to make Orton, dang, that would have made Orton the heel, right? If he would have did the punt kick anyway.
Yeah, well,
to write off Kevin Owens.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure they looked into that, but his neck injury is way too serious for him to even take that kind of bump.
Shit, he all right. He got edge. He can be on the edge. Okay,
yeah, like Kevin Owens is
I'm sorry, he on the toe. My bad.
Yeah, no. Kevin Owens may miss all of 2020, the rest of 2025. That's how bad his neck, because it was to the point where it was like, listen, it's getting worse, and you can't take any more bumps on it. So I'm pretty sure that they was even thinking like, well, maybe if at WrestleMania we can build up to the punk kit. If I can make it just do WrestleMania and I get the punk kit off, then it'll write me off TV, and I guess we get the surgery and come back next year. But they was like, it has to be too serious for them to even do that. So unfortunately, that's why I think that's the problem. So what it looks like is when they was on SmackDown, Orton told Nick Aldis, you can just put the wrestling boots and stuff back on and face me at WrestleMania. And a lot, you can tell people in the audience in Seattle did not know Nick Aldis used to wrestle. I'm talking about like main event, because he said it was just business, but I don't know what I had to tell Mickey James, see what I'll do to you, doing this WrestleMania. But then they also
I will say, if they was to tease that, the only thing is, like for a WrestleMania match, I don't think Nick Aldis' first match in like 4 years should be like at Mania. That's just how I think. With no build up, especially if people don't even know he's a wrestler. Well, so it's kind of that part is kind of weird, but I get it if they was to build it up like that, just to give Orton the match.
Yeah, see, I would enjoy the Nick Aldis thing because we know as wrestling fans he wrestled, and TNA and NWA, like we know he was the longest NWA champion for a while, so we know that Nick Aldis can go. But the thing is,
yeah, we know Magnus and Brutus Invasion and British Invasion and all that.
Yeah,
but like I'm just saying, like for him to have his first match in a few years and it's at Mania with like a week or two build, I just don't like that. Is kind of iffy to me because I know how difficult that is to get people involved. I mean, get people invested.
Oh, I get it, but right now their backs against the wall because no matter what Randy Orton does, it's not going to be built. Because honestly, it could be like one of a couple options. Because what they also teased was Solo Sikoa. Please, for the love of God, I'm not saying Solo's bad, but Solo has taken a dip since losing that Olafala, and I just have no interest. Even in a thrown together match, I'd rather y'all take Sheamus off the couch and do Randy Orton and Sheamus again than do him versus Solo Sikoa.
Well, I have a question. Well,
Yeah.
I have to your Nick Aldis thing. What if it's Randy Orton and then Nick Aldis backs a wrestler, and then that's just an open challenge, and then it's like somebody returning?
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Hell, I wouldn't even mind if they did Rey Fenix if they didn't waste his. I can't say waste his debut, but if he, you know what, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that because I feel as though since Rey Fenix debuted, but he don't have a match on the card. I'm like, why debut him before Mania if y'all had no intentions of putting him on at Mania?
I think after Mania, maybe the Raw after Mania, I think they're gonna be together.
Maybe because right now,
I'm telling you, I think Backlash they're gonna have the titles. Like it's like I that's what I'm saying. I think Backlash they're gonna have the titles.
oh, don't even get me started on the tag team titles because first of all, how Montez and Dawkins got screwed again is nonsense to me. It bothers me. It bothers me that the tag team titles that actually had a storyline to it, that actually had a web of controversy to it, is the one that's getting the WrestleMania Smackdown treatment, while the Raw tag team titles that has no story, no heat, no nothing gets the WrestleMania match. That's kind of fucked up. Just saying that's kind of messed up. And it's like Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits should be on Mania. That should be the Mania match. Or if you want to throw DIY in there and Pretty Deadly and everybody else in there, and then do your clusterfuck match, it's like at least they'd be on the card because the New Day and the War Raiders.
I would have had Montez and Dawkins win at Mania.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that tells me is that New Day is winning. That's the only thing, because literally the Raw Tag Team Champions haven't really been there, feel like.
Yeah.
And then they come out of nowhere, feel like, and then New Day got a match, and it's like, all right.
And once again, no disrespect, I know that they're really trying to put more heat back on the New Day heel run because that has fallen off. And it's the New Day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, Dawkins and Montez always be getting slated for that. It's like, now it's time to break them up now. If you can't get on the card as Street Profits, then they're never going to get on the fucking card. The last time Street Profits was on the card was okay, well, they was on 39 and 40. They didn't get it on 41, which sucks. It does suck. So, but they got a job to do. But now, yeah, I think I want to be Nick Aldis. I don't know if Nick Aldis feels though that he don't have enough. Huh?
Did they not? I thought that they wrestled at 40.
Yeah, I said 39 and 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 39 and 40. I would like Nick Aldis to put the boots back on, but if Nick Aldis feels as though that a week is not enough time for him to get back into shape after not wrestling for 4 years, I get it. And they may not want to go that route. So
it's going to be looking like when Sheamus came back.
Yeah, so it's probably going to have to be. It'll probably be the. I hope not.
Well, I mean, I'm not going. I'll be honest with you. I would like if Nick Aldis just like, look, I'll just hand pick a guy, and then that guy can be Rusev.
That would be dope. I think that would be dope. That would be dope because Rusev is back. That or either Malachi Black.
I think Malachi Black is going to do something else, but I think if it is Rusev, I think that might automatically make Orton either a heel or it might just be a face match. Because if Rusev come back to his old music and still do like the Rusev Day thing, it's going to be a lot of Rusev Day chants, and I think that would be like everybody will win in that situation because Orton will get a cheer, Rusev will get a cheer, and the crowd will love it either way.
I do agree with that. You can do face and face because Backlash is going to be in St. Louis. There's no way they're not going to keep Randy on the babyface going into Backlash because it's going to be in his hometown. So you're going to have to do that. All right, but now that was on the card. Let's get to the official card. We're going to talk about night one first. We're going to get all the night 1 predictions out the way, and then we'll go to night 2. So here's night 1. Let's go with from least to greatest, I guess. We got the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, taking on the New Day for the World Tag Team Championships. To me, this is setting up for a New Day win. They have lost a lot of heat. And the reason why they lost a lot of heat is because, one, they've been having a feud with the LWO, which goes nowhere because nobody gives a fuck about the LWO. And then on top of that, they haven't been on TV. So all them times that their family's been out there in the audience and they have been, saying like, y'all, New Day sucks. Y'all tripping with all this. That right there already shows me like, y'all, that is, and y'all haven't put them on TV, and all of a sudden they just come back and they feud with the LWO.
Also kind of messes it up because New Day, when they are on like Raw and stuff, they be on doing the commercial breaks when everybody else has the commercial breaks. Like the UK and everybody else don't have commercial breaks.
Yeah,
but we do. So they put New Day on doing the commercial breaks,
which is a disservice to them. So the heat has died down. So I think the way to get the heat back, they can have a good match, but the way to get the heat back is to have them have the tag team titles and honestly, I think if they win tag team titles and they go to the pre-show booth and throw it in Big E face. I think that's what they should do. Because I'm like, the fact that even though Big E can't wrestle, the fact that y'all haven't even mentioned Big E since that segment last November, I felt as though it was a disservice. Y'all, he's been on every pre-show. Y'all could at least go to the pre-show. Y'all could put some heat behind this. So I don't know, but I got the New Day winning. How about you?
Yeah, I got the New Day winning and give them something to do.
Yeah, something to do. Let's go on to a match. We got Rey Mysterio taking on El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Chad Gable in a mask. My personal opinion, I love Rey Mysterio. I've met Rey Mysterio. Okay, y'all know this. However, this is bullshit to me. This is a waste. Because I really thought, and once again, maybe it's myself booking myself into a corner. I really thought that with Rey Fenix coming in and Chad Gable doing them Lucha Underground backstage segments and trying to find out the true art of luchador, and there was no other luchadors, and he was going to have an open challenge to a luchador at Mania, kind of like how Seth Rollins did with Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes' return. I figured they would do something like that, and then Rey Fenix will debut, and his debut match will be at Mania, which would be something crazy. But they debuted him 2 weeks ago to have two good matches with Nathan Frazier and Humberto, which is going to go really nowhere, honestly. And then it's like, well, all this was for Chad Gable to have a match against Rey Mysterio? I'm sorry, I don't feel that.
I mean, I get it because Rey Mysterio is the greatest luchador and all that stuff, but it's like, we even thought he was going to go against Penta when Penta was debuting, and well, he did go against Penta, but thought he was going to have a feud against Penta, and that went nowhere. And it's like, I feel like they're going to try to add a stipulation, do like mask versus mask, but obviously he'll lose because it's Chad Gable.
Yeah.
But if that's where they go, that's kind of just like, that didn't need to happen. And then when he went to go find somebody, I personally thought the person that he was going to find was Jushin Thunder Liger. Like, that's who I thought, like, because that's the only person I could think of that's good and got a mask other than, like, Psychosis or Ultimo Dragon.
But the only thing about them two, like, Jushin Thunder Liger and Ultimo Dragon, that's Japanese, though. That's not Mexican. They got masks on, but they're not luchadors.
A luchador is just somebody with a mask.
Yeah, fair though, but the culture comes from Mexico, though. Or Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's why they
well, there's Psychosis then. Psychosis.
Yeah, please, they're not gonna bring back no Psychosis.
Or Juventud.
The Jews? No, they not. That would have been funny, but I know damn well they was not about to do that.
They was gonna let the juice loose.
They were gonna let the juice loose. All right, but yeah, I got Mysterio Rey winning.
Yeah, I got Rey winning his third straight Mania match.
Yeah. And it's like they just Rey deserves better. We got a singles match for the United States Championship. L.A. Knight, taking on Jacob Fatu, or as Braun Strowman would say,
Jacob Fatu, landslide. Keep it going.
It's not happening.
Jacob Fatu with a landslide. Keep it going.
Look, I agree with you, but you know how it is. You look strong on TV. The man gave L.A. Knight 3 mighty moonsaults even when the credits was going. There's no way Because Solo gonna fuck this whole thing up.
All right. So you say Solo gonna go?
Solo gonna because I think it's gonna be Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa at Backlash. There's no need for LA Knight to lose a championship yet. And honestly, you could bring up Malachi Black and have him feud for LA Knight for the United States Championship. That's the he just needs somebody to feud with.
I'm gonna just be honest though. Solo has so diminished. I don't even think Solo interfering would even do anything to Jacob. Like, I don't think him doing the Samoan Spike or anything would be good enough for Jacob to be like, oh, I'm knocked out. Only thing Solo I feel like would do that's believable was hit him with a steel chair or something. Other than that, because they made Jacob look so like a monster to the where it's like, and they made Solo looks like they diminished Solo so much to it's like, I don't feel like no offense Solo can do to Jacob can knock him out believably.
So here's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be a thing of Solo Sikoa knocking Jacob Fatu out. I think it's going to be a thing where he distracts him. Like it's like Solo's trying to help. Because remember, Jacob Fatu's like, I don't need your help. And every time Solo keep coming out to him and Tama keep coming out there, he's like, I don't need y'all help. And then Solo gets in the way, like Lil Duval. He gets in the way. And all of a sudden, he screws over. It's like, say if it's a thing where he like tosses in the United States Championship. And Jacob Fatu like, I don't need that shit. But then LA Knight hits the BTE on the championship because Solo do it in there. He kind of messed the whole thing up. And Jacob loses that way. That's something that can happen. LA Knight gets the win, but now Solo screwed him over indirectly, which can get us our match for Backlash, because I don't think they're going to put that belt on Jacob Fatu just yet. And right now, because LA Knight needs something to do. The only reason why the LA Knight...
Bro, Jacob Fatu is so over. Everybody wants him to fight everybody.
He is over.
I mean, honestly, would you not want to see Jacob Fatu open challenges every week? Since everybody want to see him fight all these different people.
I would do that, but also having him win means that him and Solo Sikoa, because that's coming. That break is coming. Him and Solo Sikoa is going to be... To
be honest, it should have been at Mania, but you know.
It should have been. But once again, there's a lot of things that haven't been booked right, in my personal opinion. Because first of all, can we both agree that Philly had the better heat going into Mania than this year?
Yeah, I feel like... okay, I'm going to be honest. I feel like this year, they said who would be good together to have a Mania match, but they didn't really care about the build.
At all. It was just... I think it was just going off merit. Because there are some of these matches here that I was like, it got no heat to them. And the heat that it do got is bad. And the heat and the matches that do got some good heat, they don't let it build. They need to let it cook a little bit more. And for instance, I'm about to go and say right now, I pick LA Knight, you pick Jacob Fatu. But
yeah,
going into the next match, it's the one of the match I'm talking about. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm excited for this match. It's the first singles match that is not involving a championship for these women since ever, I think, on a WrestleMania card. And the Naomi has been killing it as this heel character. But what I don't like is the lack of Bianca a little bit. I don't need to, because Bianca got another storyline going on. But you can still cross over storylines to put some more heat onto this. And also, it's like every time they put Jade and Naomi on screen and they doing their thing, they're killing it, but they don't give them enough time. Like, I think they could use just a little bit more heat, because the heat they got is good. But you could really make this thing kind of nuclear. But with that being said, I got Naomi winning this match. I got Naomi winning. And I also, because I do think that she, like, Jade is powerful and she's a monster, okay? But I think Naomi gonna need some help. And I do think that Naomi may get her little faction going, because I also think after Naomi beats Jade Cargill, I think she may screw over Bianca. I truly think that. But I have to wait till I get tonight too. So when it comes to Jade and Naomi, how do you see that going?
I feel like that if I'm being honest, I feel like Jade will win just because they feel like Jade is like the next star. Even though Naomi could be on fire with her heel win, I think they just want Jade to just win.
But I also think a loss Jade losing won't hurt Jade Cargill, but Naomi really needs the
But
heat right now.
also, I'm not trying to be mean or funny. They really don't care about Naomi like they care about Jade. They'd rather give the win to Jade, not because of storyline purposes, just because it's Jade and Jade. They want Jade to be the superstar.
I agree with that. I just think that's what I said. I don't think Naomi gets a clean win
unless Naomi has Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson as her cronies, and they come out. That's the only way I can see Naomi winning. Other than that, it's all Jade.
That's what I'm feeling. I think we can get a Lash Legend Jakara Jackson type of stable with Naomi, and they find a way to screw over Jade Cargill. That's what I'm feeling right now. But I'll get to how I feel what's going to happen in night 2 also. But yeah, I got Naomi winning this one. You got Jade Cargill? I'm on to
Yeah, I got Jade.
Next match, we got the singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy Time, taking on Charlotte Flair. You talk about... I just want to see the match now. I don't want to see no more promos. I don't want to see no more backstage segments. I don't want to see these people talking no more. I have been over Charlotte and Tiffy. I thought I was really going to enjoy this feud. I am over it. And I'm like, I just want to see the match. I just want to see how they're going to be able to do the match. Are they going to be able to succeed during the match? That's all I really care about. I hope it's a great match because everything else up in here, the build has been weak. The promo work has been atrocious. I am so sick. And once again, everybody online, they got their opinions, and that's fine. But everybody talking about, hey, Tiff was cooking Charlotte last week. I'm like, she had one line, and I'm just like, cooking? No, because the whole promo was trash. The whole backstage segment was trash. The whole thing they did on Smackdown was trash. I'm like, what? All this is trash. All this is really trash. And I'm just like, well, okay. Hopefully they can have the a good match after that. But once again, it's like it's a Charlotte Flair we talking about here. Is like Charlotte really gonna put off Tiffany Stratton to the point where like Tiffany beats her and then what's next? I think Charlotte wins. To get more nuclear heat on her, and then or go away heat, however you want to call it, and then Tiffany is back to chasing. Because if I see,
honestly,
okay.
I'm just gonna say I think Tiffy should have stayed a heel because that's what she had her where she worked best at.
Yeah, because her
and they brought Charlotte back. You said what?
Because her character work hasn't changed. She's still the same person. She hasn't changed to being more of a babyface or not.
No, her character work hasn't changed, but she's like supposed to quote unquote lean more over to being a face, while Charlotte is more leaning to being a heel. But I feel like they should, because it's like, I want Tiffany Stratton to win because I would just rather the younger person win in this type of feud when Charlotte has nothing to gain from this feud. Mm-hmm. But then again, it's Charlotte, she's gonna chase her dad, so they're gonna want her to win. But I just feel like if Tiffany Stratton wins, it would add another layer to Tiffany Stratton because people don't really say like, oh, Tiffany Stratton gonna be the next one, even though she has the championship. Wow, if it gives her a win, it can help. Yeah. So I personally would want Tiffany Stratton to win, but I know they want Charlotte to get that record so bad. Especially they want to get her sooner than later because she keeps getting injured. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but it's like we on the Charlotte cycle. So if she wins it, I feel like they're gonna lose it to SmackDown after Mania because that's always seemed like what happens.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. I'm on for something. My guts tell me to go with Charlotte here. Next match, we got the singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, which finally got some good heat to it. Jey Uso taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso finally gets his shot. It has not been good build in the beginning. They lost their main event. Gunther snapped, killed Jimmy, and now Jey Uso came out with a first serious promo with no yeet. He had no yeets going or nothing. He said, "Listen, I gotta talk to God to forgive me for the man I'm going to become at WrestleMania for what you did to my brother." So he got real serious.
He's still gonna come down the crowd yeeting.
Oh, I mean, of course. You are, first of all, it's like insert rapper here is what Jey Uso is going to come down to at Mania.
Let me see. Let me think of a rapper. It ain't gonna be Kendrick. I know that.
Absolutely not.
So let me see.
That would be hella funny though, wouldn't it be? That would be hella funny if he came out there not like that'd be funny.
I'm trying to think. It's not gonna be Kendrick. It's not gonna be Travis Scott because technically they probably want to save him.
Yeah.
So it might be somebody lame.
Well, look, Lady Sketch was telling me that there was rumors that could possibly be Sexy Red. I hope not. The only person who be happy by that is Booker T. So I sure said.
Oh, shucky ducky.
Oh shit! Now
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. If it's Sexy Red, I wouldn't mind.
I would,
but just don't have her sing no song. Just have him come out and she just come out dancing whatever.
That, just do Glorilla.
That's what I was gonna say, Glorilla, because I would rather Glorilla. That Glorilla would be my choice.
Yeah.
Now if Glorilla come out, she got to perform a song. That's all I'm gonna say. But if not,
it's either that or.
What if Boosie come out?
Oh, absolutely not.
What if Boosie come out and sing and Set It Off?
Boosie, no, I don't know about that.
Set It Off. So if he don't come sing and Set It Off, which is the urban youth anthem.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but what I'm trying to tell you right now is I don't know if Boosie even respects enough to even do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I seen Boosie perform with a marching band, and he was doing the dance moves that the marching band was doing. The dollar happens, the dollar talks, he'll do it.
But also, you also got to think that Jey Uso is our age, well, at least my age, and a little bit older. So it's like he a millennial. So you never know.
Jey Uso is 40 years old, I think.
Okay, I'm almost 40.
I know, but I'm saying I'm trying to save you some years. I'm trying to save you. Well, okay, fine.
I'm just saying, so it could be old school art. I'm just saying, I don't know. I think his original pick of having Travis Scott was kind of stupid because first he already came out with Travis already on Raw, so it doesn't matter. But neither here or there. Jey Uso has to win this matchup, and it has to be because Jimmy Uso is going to come back and help him win that matchup. Gunther is getting a steady pair of forces in his face because he's going to get super kicked like crazy. Jay chest going to be red at the end.
So you got Jay winning?
Absolutely. He going to win. And Jimmy going to come out and help him. His son may even slap Gunther.
See, what I'm going to say is, I think this will be a big shock. I would say Gunther because I know it's going to be the shock of the night.
Oh, no. So you had this man lose to Gunther 4 times in a row?
Yeah, Gunther could be the person he never beat. Just like Gunther can never beat Dragunov.
Yeah.
I would have Gunther beat him because the storyline is he won the Rumble, he's main event Jey Uso, but when he finally gets in his quote-unquote main event era, he can't win. So he gonna have to overcome that. But it's Gunther. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, Gunther can beat him. I mean, yeah, Jay can win and it'll be good. I'm good either way. I'll be honest with you. I'm good either way. But I just know the way that Gunther has these matches, he don't do nothing special. He don't do nothing extra. He just win.
But then once again, though,
Jey Uso gonna need help. Jay gonna need help though. That's what I'm saying. Like Jay gonna need help, and it's kind of like, okay,
Jay gonna have help. It's called Jimmy.
I know, but I'm saying Jimmy gonna come out. They gonna double. That's what I'm saying. Though. I would have him have help, but I'm gonna have the help be false hope. I would have them, do the double super kick, do the 1D when the ref not looking, and all that, and Gunther kick out, and then he still shatter everybody's dreams because they need a shock of the night. I feel like this would be the shock of the night. Like everybody else, I feel like it's not a shocker. This is the only match that I feel like a shock could happen in both nights.
Fair. So, but it's Sammy could beat Gunther last year in that awesome Intercontinental Championship match. I can see the way they're booking this. I can definitely see Gunther losing. And Jay, and once again, Jay don't even have to. It could be a thing where Jay holds it and he loses it at SummerSlam. It could be like the traditional. We put this on here because you were hot at the moment, but you get a little six month run and then we call it a day. So
I can see. No, I mean I can see either way, but I'm saying like Either way, I'm fine with it. I'll be honest with you. Either way, I am fine.
Yeah.
I just know if Gunther was to win, like, that would just be the shock of Mania in general.
Yeah. Well, speaking of shocks, the
You
triple
can't have
threat.
all feel good moments. You can't have all feel good moments the whole time.
Well, here's the thing. If I have Charlotte winning, so they ain't no feel good moment, that's almost a shock. If I got Naomi winning, well, people already expected Jade to probably win that. That's not really a shock. If I got the New Day winning,
Oh, well, okay. Okay. Let me just put it like this. Those are shocks, but it's like Jey Uso is extremely over. He's like the most over person in the company. It's like you would assume for him to win.
Yeah.
That's like different. That shock is different. I feel like from other shocks. Like, yeah, if Naomi wins, that's a shock, but it's not gonna be like, Urban Youths are probably turning to WrestleMania just to do the yeet and to for Jey Uso.
Yeah, and
because he's getting yeet over. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, he's the most over person. Everybody wants to come to these events to yeet. So it's kind of like back when Swerve was champ and everybody was coming to do the little dance. It's like they want to come to yeet. They want to come to cheer for Jey Uso. So it's like he is the only person I feel like would lose. That would be like the most shocking loss. Everybody else, I don't feel like everybody else losing. I just people would just be like, oh, okay. But I feel like this is the only one that will actually like that would actually hurt people. Like they would actually be like upset about it.
They would. They'd be right. Main event time. Triple threat match. We have Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. We also seen on Monday that, hey, Seth Rollins almost curb stomped Paul Heyman. He said, now you owe me a favor. I'm like, I don't know how that's how it worked, but this is what happened. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what we're going to have to do, and this is what we're going to have to deal with. Now, here's my thing. Automatically, when I seen all this, I'm like, I already think I know who's winning this match. I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's a main event of Mania. It's a Roman Reigns match. They're going to get these cats for like 30 minutes. Okay? And I do believe that the winner's going to be Seth Rollins. Because CM Punk and Roman Reigns cancel each other out. Why? Because CM Punk is going to have Paul Heyman as his wise man coming down with him at WrestleMania. Now, Roman is going to expect Paul Heyman to do some things that he wants to do. Remember, it's no disqualification because it's a triple threat match. And he may ask him to pass him a chair so that he like, I can't do it. CM Punk is probably going to ask him to do some stuff he can't do it. And then now Seth, he owes Seth a favor too. And it's like, listen, I can't take the stress. I'm out of here. So CM Punk and Roman clash. Seth Rollins takes the win, and I think he gets his pin over CM Punk. Not Roman. I mean, even though Roman has never beat Seth Rollins yet, neither. But I'm saying, but I do think that's how it's probably going to go. So I got Seth Rollins squeezing out a win here.
Part of me really wants Roman to do like the stack pin again, because that was just so funny when he stack pinned both of them and pinned them.
Yeah, Edge and Dale Bryan, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, Cope and Brian Danielson. But
don't do that. Don't do that.
But no, part of me feels like Seth is winning because I feel like Paul Heyman would just turn on both of them and join Seth.
I would say, join Seth is crazy, but Seth don't need a wise man, though. You know what I'm saying?
Neither does CM Punk.
I mean, he don't. But I'm with you with the winning part. It's the joining part for me. It's just like I feel as though once again it's like, well, whatever the favor is for Seth, we don't necessarily know. But
I'm saying, like, I feel like Seth doing all that to Paul Heyman this past week, I feel like that was like a ruse. Okay. Because I let's just say if he joins Seth, he doesn't necessarily turn on Roman. He doesn't necessarily turn on Punk. They cancel each other out, like you said, and then he joins Seth.
Then if he joins Seth, that will be the shocker of the night, and we don't need that to happen with Gunther and Jey Uso. You ain't gonna have two. They're not gonna do two shockers at Mania like that. Not at least on the same night. So if Gunther wins, that's not gonna happen. But if Jey Uso wins, that may happen. It may. We don't necessarily know. It may.
Well, I mean, I just don't feel like straight up in a straight up match, no Paul Heyman, no shenanigans, nothing that Seth will win, because obviously WrestleMania, they would want Punk to win to get his WrestleMania win, or they would want Roman to win because it's Roman Reigns. So that's why I feel like something sneaky has to happen if they want Seth to win, because I feel like Seth will win and Seth will go on to do something different, and Roman and Punk will still be feuding.
Yeah, but Seth has been taking mad losses, and it's like, okay, I can see him, and everybody's really not expecting him to win, but I can definitely see him be like, all right, you know what, we give Seth the win, because ain't nobody really expecting that right now. See, everybody's really looking at Punk or Roman right now, and how they're going to coexist with, the wise men there. So
yeah, so I think Punk and Roman might feud all the way to SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And Seth get his win and get out of there. He can go do something else.
He probably go do something else. Going on to night 2 of WrestleMania. This is for right now a 6-match card until I think they add an Orton match and it'll be 7. But then we already talked about Orton already, so let's go into what night 2 is looking like. Let's get this match out of the way. So on this past Smackdown, because Smackdown was god awful this week, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria won the tag team gauntlet. They swept it. They started and they swept the teams, and it was. I'm not. We're doing predictions right now. I'm not going to get into how I feel about how they did all them teams like that. But they're going up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Once again, it was a match that was thrown together. They got no heat to it whatsoever. I thought Bayley was doing something with Roxanne Perez, and they just dropped that. So here we are. So
they were supposed to fight at Mania or something. They didn't do nothing with that
at all.
I'm kind of upset. I'm that Roxanne Perez will have nothing to do at Mania because of how she's like at this point, I can say this, I feel comfortably saying she's probably one of the GOATs of NXT when it comes to women. Because she's done everything you can do. She's a triple crown NXT person, and she's like 24 or 23 still. But it's like, I feel like she is the up and comer. I thought at the Rumble, they was like, all right, she can do it, up and comer. And then her performance at the Chamber, all right, she's the up and comer. And then she's the up and comer, but then don't have anything to do at all at Mania. It's like, Lyra Valkyria has a championship. Why not just throw people in and have a fatal 4-way or 6-woman, championship match? Because they want to because they didn't book, the women's division like they should. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Chelsea Green doesn't have a match, right?
No, oh my God, I can't. No, she doesn't have a match. Exactly,
Chelsea Green doesn't have a match. The women's tag team titles was forgot about until they decided to put this tournament together. So was the women's Intercontinental Championship, the women's championship, because they put it together last minute. So that's what I said. Triple H or whoever has a bad time booking women, so that you got to put 2 things in one and hope that it goes well.
Triple H has
like that.
Call it what it is. Triple H booking the women is atrocious, because what happened on SmackDown, I don't know if you've seen SmackDown or not, but Chelsea Green went up against Selena Vega. That match went 1 minute because she was whooping Selena Vega's ass on the outside and rolls her back in the ring, and she tells the commentary table that she wants her secret Hervis out there with her, and rolls back in the ring and gets counted out. So she loses and Selena wins the match. I was like, the booking that's United States, that's your Women's United States Championship right there, who does not have a match on Mania card, not even on the match on SmackDown. And then how is Selena supposed to get over in a match like that? The women, it's like, that's Vince McMahon booking 1-on-1 right there for the women. Is that not 2019 right there?
No, it is. And I don't, honestly, I mean, it's like, I know I want the Jade and Naomi match. I want all these other matches. But I feel like Chelsea Green should get rewarded at Mania because she's been one of the women that's been, like, good the past year. Exactly. Not everything has been good, but she's one of the people that's been trying to make stuff work. Lyra Valkyria really haven't been doing that much. I'm going to be honest with you.
But sometimes I forget she's there. She's been having a good matches.
She does, but sometimes I forget she's there. But it's like, Bayley been putting in work, Roxanne been putting in work, so I feel like they could at least did something like a 6-woman just to get people on the card. Yeah. But then they forgot, we can't do that 6-woman match because we forgot about the women's tag team championships. and we got to put them on the card because it's got Liv Morgan on it, and we want Liv Morgan on the card. So it's like, yeah,
it sucks all the ass in the world. And once again, like I said, at these two shows, Twitch always books 4 women's matches on these shows, and so it's been, I'm looking at it right now. We got 4, and that's about it. It's all we do. We don't ever go over 4. So whoever get them 4 slots, and it is what it is, right? So it sucks. So, but I still got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez retaining.
Yeah, I got Liv and Rodriguez retaining, and then this goes into a feud with Lyra and Bayley.
Yeah, a longer feud because they just had a match on Monday. Then we got the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. In my personal opinion, this is the match that was set up so Penta can get that title, but Braun don't got to get pinned. See,
I'm not gonna lie. I would think that too.
Yeah.
But the way that WWE is set up, the way that they set up.
You want to say Dom about to win this day?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The way that it's set up, the way that Dominic Mysterio's career is set up, you mean to tell me it don't seem like he will win this match? The way that his career is set up?
I mean, I agree with you, but it's like, who would he pin? He would have to pin Finn, right?
Exactly. And they in the Judgment Day. So Finn be like, oh yeah. Finn, like the whole match, Finn can be like, yeah, Dom, do this. And he give a Dom instructions. And then Finn gets knocked out or something. And then somebody's trying to, like, Phoenix can hit the thing. And then he can knock Phoenix out the ring and then pin Finn. It's one of them things where they hit their finisher and he push him out and then pin him.
Yeah.
Because Dom's career just goes like that. Like Dom just feels like he has a lucky career. Dom's like the Nick Foles of WWE.
The Nick Foles.
Yes. It's like you get to the Super Bowl, but then don't play in the Super Bowl, and then Dom ends up winning the Super Bowl. Like, it's just like, all right, somebody carried you there, but
Exactly. So, I just think this because Penta's not losing twice. Penta already took a pinfall loss not this past but the Monday before that. He ain't taking no losses like that right now. Finn, I think, could be able to take the pinfall, but now since you're saying that Dom thing is, it's creeping in me right now. I can really see that, and that's how you get a feud between Dom and Finn Balor out of this. I can see it.
Exactly. But then again, that gets the title off of Braun Breaker, so Braun Breaker can probably do bigger and better things. And also, Penta, I really do feel like Penta. I feel like Penta got to go with Ray like immediately because they really haven't really been doing nothing with him. Sort of been building him up for the Intercontinental Championship, but it's like since you got Ray Phoenix there, it's like why waste time? Put them as tag champs and just why waste time? Why would you have one brother over here stacking it up and have the other brother over here not doing nothing? Just.
First off, Penta got the way more charisma. And he's in the storyline right now. All Phoenix is doing is go out there and have a match. He only had 2 matches. That's why I was like, he should have been on the WrestleMania card if y'all going to debut him now, opposed to after Mania. I don't get that. So, but Penta's doing stuff like Penta don't need Ray right now. He don't need Phoenix right now. But I do believe that
the way that they're booking, I feel like soon Phoenix will need Penta. Because not to say that Ray not doing nothing, but it's like. I feel like soon they're going to need something.
I would say by SummerSlam, the Lucha Brothers are going to be in a match for the Tag Team Championships. And it may be the New Day, to be honest with you. I can see the Lucha Brothers taking on the New Day at Summer. Because we got 2 nights SummerSlam this year also. So we can't forget about that. All right, but yeah, I got you know what? Because you said that my original pick was Penta, but you kind of swayed me, so I'm gonna go with Dom on this one.
Thank you. Dirty Dom sneaks his way to the win, and I bet when he wins, he gonna be knocked out too.
Knocked out, yeah. It's gonna be like an accident. So I'm going now. I got to go with Dom. Next up, we got the Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest got Future Shock DDT on some steel steps on Friday. And Drew McIntyre took the chain. He had an eye patch on because of the real glass man. But then he took it off and said, I am 100% clear, which means you're 100% screwed, Damian Priest. And Damian Priest on SmackDown has not been able to get over. Like, the crowd come out, it's like, I don't care. And it's like, he just don't get the reaction like he needs to. But I think Priest may get the win here. I just hope people care about it. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I would give the win to Drew here because during the year, like last year, Drew was winning, but this year, Drew feel like he taking L after L after L, and it's just random people he taking L's to. So I feel like Drew could get the win. I know it would help Damian Priest, but Damian Priest beat Drew at Mania last year. So
you right about that. I forgot about that. You right about that.
Yeah, so I would just have Drew win. And also, I feel like this can be a good match. But I be feeling like Drew do need wins. It's like I just feel like during the year Drew don't be winning.
You right. Okay, now with this street fight, do we go in the crowd? We going backstage, or we going to just keep it on the WrestleMania stage? Here?
This is Mania, so I feel like we go in the crowd. I feel like this would be like how Shane McMahon and the Miz was.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like it'll be in the crowd. We'll probably be on some scaffolding, not on the scaffolding, but like we'll be in some weird thing that they built just for this match. You know?
Yeah, I know them things. Yeah.
Like how The Rock was last year at Mania, like it'll be something like that, like in the main area, and then we walk like a little over to the main crowd, and then we come back.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
We only framed by the rich people. That's it. We don't go up. We don't go up further.
Until you had brought up that thing about last year, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre also. All right, bro, you swayed me on a lot of things.
I mean. Also, it's nothing wrong with Damian Priest, but I feel like him on SmackDown is kind of like it's not working because they haven't given. I feel like they haven't given him a character, and they just having him rely on his character that he was to come over. But it's not the same when you don't do the same stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
AJ Styles taking on Logan Paul.
All right,
AJ.
Can I say something to you?
Sure.
So. I don't know if you ever heard of Before the Bell podcast, right? They say AJ Styles has the best non-build to match ratio, and I think I believe it.
Excuse me? The best what?
The best non-build to good match ratio.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because remember when him and Finn wasn't even announced, and him and Finn had a great match?
Yeah.
It'd be like that with AJ Styles. Like him and Shane don't know what they was fighting about. Had a great WrestleMania match. Right. Him and other people don't know what they fighting about. Have a good match. You know, so I think they did it good to have AJ be the person to come and have this small little feud with Logan Paul. Especially when Logan Paul having his fight. I don't know if he had it or if he's had. I don't know when it was, or when it is, or whatever. But I feel like this is good for AJ because he can have a good match. He's small enough to where Logan can like do moves like his pulverizer and all that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna still say Logan Paul because AJ don't need to win. I'm gonna say Logan Paul. I would want AJ to win, but AJ has a weird WrestleMania win-loss record. I think the only good match AJ didn't. The only good match AJ. Okay, wait. The only bad match AJ had at Mania was against Shinsuke. Other than that, I feel like his Mania.
I disagree. The bad match.
The one with Omos?
No, the one with Edge.
That was underwhelming. So you're right. It was okay.
Shinsuke was.
It was okay.
What was underwhelming because of the results, and we didn't get to see that New Japan stuff like fully because they were working on a rivalry. It wasn't a one and done match. The Edge match, I'm sorry, I was just like, this was 26 minutes too long.
Yeah, and that's when Edge wanted. That's when Edge wanted to have a 45-minute match every match that he had.
Yeah, every single one. That.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, still because you know me, I'm still going with AJ Styles. I'm still doing AJ. Fuck out of here.
I'm going with Logan Paul. Not that I like Logan Paul, but since Logan Paul is younger, and I feel like AJ can take a loss at Mania, and it don't matter. Like AJ can take a loss anytime, and don't matter because he AJ Styles. He can bounce back, and he knows how to make stuff work. Mm-hmm. I feel like they give this win to Logan Paul.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, real quick, do you think somebody from Logan Paul, do you think Tyson Nat or Speed or somebody shows up?
Oh, so I fucking hate. I don't care. Most likely, yes, because it's Logan Paul. I think it's gonna be his brother though. I think it's gonna be Jake. I think
he's fighting Jake Paul.
Huh?
He's fighting his brother.
Who? Jake?
Logan Paul. Yeah.
Oh, I don't fight his fucking Paul brother.
But I'm saying they quote unquote supposed to be fighting, having this big boxing match or whatever. So I don't know if he would choose his brother if they quote unquote supposed to be beefing at this current moment when they supposed to be having this boxing match.
Gotcha. Okay. So my thing is, I think that all them comedians and all them celebrities that Logan Paul was coming at on Raw, I think they're gonna get their lick back. So
you think Macaulay Culkin coming to beat up Logan Paul?
No, Mr. Shorts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Andrew Schultz, stuff like that. I think they'll come back and get that.
Oh, Andrew Schultz.
Schultz, yeah.
Oh.
Schultz,
yeah. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm surprised they let him on Raw because his comedy is a little.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's not a lot to me, but for WWE, for people to have sponsors, I'm surprised they let him on there. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm about to say because he ain't talk yet. But that's what I'm saying. So I think the people that he was clowning, I think they probably come get their lick back, and AJ can pick up the win here. Who gives a fuck about Logan Paul? He'll be all right. He'll have a good match because he'll have a good match, but I don't give a damn about that. Triple threat match for the Women's World Championship: Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. They already pushed Bianca to be the heel in this matchup because one, Rhea's mad over it. Io's crazy over because everybody loves Io, and everybody booing Bianca, even though Bianca had nothing to do with any of this shit. So I think
honestly, I think no crowds overseas. I don't want to say they was racist, but Bianca was spitting straight facts. She said, "I was in the chamber. I wanted fair and square," and she added to this match, and she got booed out the building.
Yeah,
I don't think that's fair. To be honest, I don't know. I'm just saying. That sounds fair and square to me.
No, you're right. It's not because once again, Rhea ain't touch her. She Bianca didn't touch Rhea. Rhea touched her.
I'm saying Bianca ain't do nothing wrong. She ain't doing nothing but saying this ain't right. Ooh, get the fuck out! Like it's like what?
Y'all need to calm the fuck down. Like seriously, until even the point she's like, I don't know how to referee, so I called the match off, and y'all just gonna be hitting me and shit. Like, come the fuck on. And then after
and she was lenient. My bad. She was definitely lenient because they was beating her. They was basically should have been disqualified.
Yeah.
For the first time, but she let it slide.
Yeah, no, I was just like, yo, what the fuck's going on, right? So this is what I think. So now they go as a heel. So if they want to shock everybody and really get some heel, like I don't know how they're gonna lean with Bianca Belair, right? Because it's possible she can still be a heel. If she gonna be a heel, then her WrestleMania undefeated streak stays in contact, and she's gonna win that match, and they're gonna boo the shit out of her. Now, but what I think is gonna happen is Io wins the match by pinning Bianca because Naomi screws Bianca. And that way, just hear me out. If they really want to keep Bianca as a babyface, and they're like she sells too much merch, and despite because right now we're in a bizarre world, and these fans ain't fucking thinking right because they got Rhea and Io in this match. If that's the case, then the only way to get her heat back as a babyface is to have the heel take her out. So if Naomi takes her out and screws her, even though the crowd is we're in Vegas, so the crowd can be like, "Oh yeah, thank you." I'll say so that they can take her out and Io pins her and wins the matchup. Then it's like, okay, she can go feud with Naomi, and she'll be the babyface and then Naomi be the heel. Now, if they like, you know what, fuck that, we're gonna lean into this. because I think we can really do something with this. Then if you want to make her go heel, then have her pin Rhea and win that championship. So Io don't have to take no pin at all, and then she beats Rhea, and then it's like, yeah, that'll make the most sense to me, honestly.
I'll be honest. I think personally, Bianca should win just because, for one, Rhea had the title already, and Io beat Rhea. So I'm saying both of them kind of already had the title.
Yeah.
Bianca ain't had the title in over a year or more because she's been with Jade and she had the tag team championship. So in my mind, and she won Elimination Chamber, so she actually won her way in there. So in my mind, since they're not doing the thing, which they could come back to, Naomi or the Jade thing, I would have Bianca win, for one, to keep her undefeated streak intact, and for two, because she hasn't had the championship in over a year or a year and a half.
I agree. And then I'm just saying, but do know, if she wins, she's going to get booed. So you might as well just lean into it. Because first of all,
I mean, I feel in this match there is no heel, so I guess Bianca is the quote unquote heel because she's right. Don't know how that works, but if she does win, but if she does win, I feel like she might be the heel for that night, but I feel like going on she's gonna be the face because it's
yeah.
Bianca Belair. She literally did.
It could be Shawn Michaels. Remember Shawn Michaels and Hogan, and Shawn was the heel for that one night.
Yeah.
So I think it could probably be like that. But right now, the way I'm picking it right now is Io Sky retains her championship.
I would give it to Bianca.
Like I want to say Bianca so bad, but I don't think WWE has the balls to turn
honestly,
her heel.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why is only because she hasn't had the championship in over a year and a half, and Rhea just had it. And then Io randomly won it on a Raw. And I feel like when Io randomly won it on a Raw, it's so that she could be the one to get pinned in this match.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they don't want Rhea or Bianca to be pinned. And I feel like Io is only in this match to go in as champion so that she can get pinned because they don't want to give either of them to get pinned. Even though Rhea did get pinned for her to lose the championship, but a Mania pin. Yeah.
Now, she had it. Now, Bianca knows for having her interests, right? So, we got special interests going on for her this year.
I feel like Bianca will get a special interest every year because Bianca is I feel like Bianca is creative enough to, even if it's something small and it's something that she does, even if it's like having them kids come out or something. Yeah. I feel like she is something that will be meaningful to her or to urban youth, like to urban people, even if it's something small.
You're not saying that, but you can't say black people. It's okay.
I was gonna say enough.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, speaking of interests, I would be disappointed low key if Living Color don't come out to perform with CM Punk in the main event.
Oh, bro, look, me and Lacey say the same thing. How can he not?
They already said they're gonna be in Vegas the night before.
Yeah, so how can...
And CM Punk is in the main event, so you might as well.
You might as well. But yeah, okay, so you got Bianca, I got Io. Main event time. Oh, God. For the Undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I have to say, now since we're 1 week out from Mania, okay, 1 week out, I can say that now... leading up to Mania, the John Cena heel turn has been disappointing. The story has been disappointing. The build has been disappointing. The greatest heel turn in wrestling that they said, the biggest superstar, people was comparing this to Hogan. And even though I don't like Hogan, it still wasn't bigger than Hogan. But he did it, and all of a sudden, we only had 3 promos between Cena and Cody, and no mention of The Rock. And even this past week on Smackdown, when Cena had, when Cody Rhodes had all the belts in the ring, talking about the different eras and the different superstars that represent these belts, and we still had no final boss or no Rock or nothing. This build's been not that great. So, with that being said, I still think Cena gonna win this match.
I think Cena will win, and probably keep it until maybe he retire. I don't know, but maybe I don't know. I would say Cena wins because I feel like since we haven't mentioned The Rock or anything, I feel like this is the only place for The Rock to show up because you can't just. I mean, I know you can do it. Obviously, you can't just have The Rock turn him heel and then not show up. But this is WrestleMania. I just don't feel like you can do that. But
I agree.
But all I'm saying is, if they want to do something like they did last year when all the people came out, simply just have, The Rock come out and try to do something to Cody. Like, just have The Rock come out or something, and then obviously have the glass break. They couldn't do it last year. I feel like they should make up for it this year.
I would agree, but I would also agree to do that if they had more build to it. And once again, they could kill him and even have The Rock get stunned and all that shit. I still think Cena takes the championship, unless they want to do Cody and Orton at Backlash, maybe. But if that's not the case, I think doing Cena and Orton, because we're on the retirement tour here, so you can do Cena and Orton one more time.
I would do Cena and Orton for the 300th time and get that out the way.
Yeah,
and then we'll be good with Cena and Orton. I don't need 3 matches. I just need the one.
Yeah, the one in Backlash where Cena's now the heel and Orton is the babyface. They switch roles. It's in Orton's hometown. You get that one out the way, the last one, and then you can have Cena and Punk at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank for the last time.
Yeah. Oh, Money in the Bank after how many? I might that'd be a good story.
Yeah, and you do the Money in the Bank Cena and heel Cena and face CM Punk for that championship, and you can even have CM Punk win it because then you're going to have Cena need enough time to do his redemption arc before he retires. He's not retiring a heel. He's not going to retire as a heel. He's going to retire a babyface.
I've heard many people say that I don't know how thought out this is. I've heard people say that since this is Cena's heel run, at the end of his tour, at the last day of the year, he could pull a Mark Henry and then be like, I'm retiring at next year's Mania.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. But I'm saying, like, if you want to hear a run and you kind of feeling it, I feel like he could do something like that. But even though he already said this the last year, but I just feel like if he do something like that, because personally, I just feel like Mania should be like your last thing, not all the way in December.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the way this build has been.
But Cena shoots a lot of movies, so it's kind of like weird. Also, this build has been weird. Also, I feel like Cena don't have like. I feel like Cena has either a bump card or something to like. He can't do nothing physically. Seem like because ain't no way you finna talk trash to me for 2 weeks and I don't do nothing to you. And then Cody hit him with one move and Cena was like dead. So I was like, I don't know. That's why you have other people in like not to give Cena credit. It just I don't know. Just talking back and forth, it can be exciting. The you don't have to touch each other every week, but just like the talking that they do back and forth, Cody crying and Cody talking about the people, and it's like all right, like I don't know, it's not. It's like you said, the build is not good.
The build sucks. Cody has to do this whole storyline by his damn self, and it sucks. And we've seen other people have to do, like Cena had to do this before with The Undertaker. And remember, we get The Undertaker match until the day of WrestleMania 34, which I did not, I still to this day don't like how they did that. Cena was like, I'm going to WrestleMania as a fan. I hated that. I hated that. So, also, we had this with Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker. We had this with Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin on WrestleMania 38. So, it's like, when you by yourself and you gotta do the feud by yourself, it sucks. And right now, but it's just that big heel turn, one of the biggest heel turns in wrestling, you didn't follow up on it. We haven't seen The Rock since. We haven't seen Travis Hunter since. They haven't even mentioned The Rock, and y'all done 3 promos where 2 of them was lacked, more to be desired, and then you finally do the whole shoot promo, and then that's it. it needs to be more to that compared to what we got last year with the stuff between The Rock and Cody. Remember, Cody was getting his ass whooped every week. Office, a direction you could fuck, The Rock would say. You know, like, come on. You know, he was beating his ass outside in the rain, on, you know, outside on near his bus. Like, come on. Like, that last year was WWE Endgame. Okay, that's what it was. It was like Avengers Endgame last year. It was great, and how the story played into it and all that stuff like that. But no, we didn't have none of that this year. And I was like, to the point, what was the point of all this? And that's what sucks. But overall, I still think that Cena just gets the win here. And honestly, to be honest with you, I don't even know how good the match gonna be. Because as you said, right now Cena don't be bumping like that. And that match with Austin Theory last year 2 years ago was gross. Okay, so and that was 2 years ago. He's 2 years older now.
I don't feel like Cena finna come out here doing 2016. I gotta prove it, Cena. I think Cena finna come out here and he gonna do punching kicks, maybe a fisherman suplex, and hit 5 moves of doom. And if that don't work, do it again.
Ugh, that's not gonna be the main event we want. But you know, hey, we here now. So that was our predictions for WrestleMania 41. I do plan on going live. Both days is Easter weekend. I know that's it. That's a killer right there. Easter weekend. But you know what? I do plan on going live for it, so you guys can make sure you guys tune in for the live stream on Saturday and Sunday for WrestleMania. I still think that even though with the lackluster build, we can get a great Mania.